What is up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're actually replacing the 370Z cabin air filter. This one's a Hepa filter. As you can see, it's not a name brand, so to speak. This is just something I picked up on Amazon, and it was relatively inexpensive. So since we replaced the intake ones, I figured why not replace the air I breathe and replace that filter as well, because who knows how long it's actually been in there. So let's get into this DIY project and see what it's all about. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, open your glove box and remove those four screws right there. They're Phillips number 2. So remove those real quick. So to reach it, you're going to need your screwdriver to reach all the way back there. And if you cannot reach it with that, or your screwdriver handle's too fat, you could kind of pull down on this to reach, to stick it in there. But make sure you have a slim handle, or you could bring out the long one. What I did first was I took this glove box off. So as you can see, those half snaps right here and right here, those just push in right here and right here. So once you have it cammed down, you could actually pull it straight back. So once it's cammed like this, you could pop this off and remove this, just to give you a little bit more room to work with in here. And then it also gives you room to get that screw up there. So once you get the glove box out, there's a screw here and another screw here that need to be removed. Some people don't remove those, and I think they break it because they don't talk about those screws. So these screws are not visible right here. It's just that one that needed to be pulled out, and that one. And there's indicator tabs here to realign it. But like I mentioned before, the video I saw of someone taking this out, they didn't actually show those two being removed. So be careful on the videos you watch. Make sure that it's done thoroughly, because if not, you're gonna break this tab off here, or you're gonna make it pull all the way through that plastic. And maybe that's what they did, I don't know. But just keep that in mind. And then right here, as you can see, these cutaways, those align with these little push-in tabs here. Same thing right here, right here, right here, right here. And then you could take this off if you want. You just pinch that, pop this off, and then take this off. This is just your cigarette lighter, but you don't need to do that really. You just need to come up to this top here. So there's a little tab that you pull out on, and then this thing slides off. So if you look in here, there's a tab there. So this slides in, and then this is the clasp that actually holds it. So it slides in this way and then cams over and locks. And this is what it looks like. So that little slides into that slot and then clips over here. So these things are pretty cheap, the way they're built. PET EP plus AC, it looks like a K at the end. And then for the number 2727771 EA, it's either a 0 or an O, and then the B, and then below it says 272771 EA. It's either a 0 or an O and a B. Okay, so this is our new one here. Nothing on this side, nothing on the sides. As you can see, the arrows face down, same way they have directions. This one's a little bit more better built quality, or it's built a little bit better in quality. Instead of having glue across the ribs to space them, it actually has plastic, like pins or whatever that go the length of it to keep it rigid. Okay, so basically we're just going to slide it in that way. And I think the reason why the arrows face down is because if you look in there, right there, that goes into your cabin or into your ducting in the front of your car, so where your engine is, and then it sucks air or pulls air through and then goes down into this, and this blower, you know, blows it through all your ducting to go here, here, down there, on your feet, what have you, all the way through the ducting ports. And then if you look at the top up here, this thing right here, I believe that's to circulate the cabin air, if you want to keep your air circulating internally versus externally out there. It's pretty nasty because I just pulled out some hair from up in here. I don't know how that got up in there, maybe during assembly, because it was kind of like in between like the foam on this thing. So disgusting, but okay. And then it's kind of dirty in here up on top just because that's where it's sucking the air down. So you can actually blow this out if you want. There's the motor, and then there's the information on the motor for future reference. So then all I did was I just slid this all the way back, and then take this piece, turn it around so that way this tab is facing this way and that flat is in there, and we're gonna slide this into this piece right here and then cam it over and lock it. So if you look closely at this, you got ramps that face upward, and then you got a shelf up there. So this thing goes in at an angle and gets wedged in there. And then after it gets wedged in there, this piece here pushes on the bottom of this as pressure, so that way this doesn't pop out and this is held into place. So once you slide that into the corner up in there in the slot and you push in there on this, you should hear a click, and that means that that little latch has cammed over past the little tit that hangs out for it to lock in, and it won't fall out no more. Now all you need to do is reassemble this. So put this in there, screw the 2 screws here, the ones up here, screw the one in the back. So you should have 4, 5, 6, 7 screws total that need to go in, and all these tabs in place. Set the tabs in place before you put the screws in. So now all I need to do is index those cutouts with those tabs, just like this. Line it up, pop it in, and get these tabs to go inside first. So before you could pop these tabs into place like this with these cutouts, you can't just pop them in like that. You need to align these little tabs with the respectable cutouts on the sides. So this tab with that cutaway, I don't mean this cutaway, it's this cutaway, because those are like your guides. Same thing over here. So don't try to line this up and push it all in at once. Just hook one side over like this, hook the other side over. Now you can pop in the bottom and lock it into place. So when you do this and you lock it into place, make sure there's no gap here, because if you don't do it right, you'll have the illusion that it's in, but what ends up happening is those open frame C channels are just sitting on top of the lip of your pivoting point. So it needs to actually clip in and not sit on top. Okay, so there should, like, once you're done, you should be able to pull on it, and there should be like no play front to back, and that's all it is. Super simple design, and it works just like that. Also, if you have them on top of the pivot points, this probably won't close right as well. So right off the bat, replacing the air filter, as you could hear the air blowing, There's no restrictions, no grinding. If there's grinding, that means that your filter is hitting the your blower fan, that thing in that big old white container. It's hitting that. But yeah, I got no noises coming from there, and you could definitely smell a difference as I replace that. Definitely smell a difference. Before the air used to smell a little heavier, but now it smells like clean, fresh air. So after replacing the cabin air filter, I definitely noticed a difference in the smell of the air. Before, it didn't stink or anything, but it smelled heavier. Now it smells like super clean and refreshing. Also, and that could be just because I'm sweaty in this vehicle from dealing with that small compartment. That could be the case too, but it does feel a lot better. And then also, if you hear a noise in the glove box area after you just replace the filter, it could be because your filter's touching the blower fan in there, the thing in that big old container, that white container. It could be touching that if you push down on it or bent it or anything. So you might want to take it back out and realign it and make sure everything goes in properly, and make sure you don't bend anything as far as the filter is concerned. It sounds super smooth. No issues in this area. It doesn't sound like nothing except for the air flowing out. So that's all I could hear. So everything's successful. So that's gonna complete today's video on doing installation on your cabin air filter or your AC filter. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting in the near future, consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.